Hi, I'm Bill Dennison, and I'm going to talk to you about some resources and opportunities at UMCES that you should know about as new incoming graduate students. Sorry I couldn't be there in person, by the way. I'm down in Australia, and the time zones weren't very conducive. I'm going to talk about 7 things. 1, about the SURF meeting upcoming, the Coastal and Estuarine Research Federation in November. Some online courses that you could avail yourself of that we've produced. 2 initiatives of UMCES, the Chesapeake Global Collaboratory and the Integration Application Network. I want to talk about some UMCES courses and the Chop Tank Expedition coming on in October, and finally the UMCES Annapolis office. So first of all, UMCES has a long and storied history with regard to Chesapeake Bay restoration. UMCES was founded in 1925, the first coastal marine lab in the world, and really focused on developing this new field of estuarine science, the biology, physics, chemistry, and geology of where freshwater meets saltwater. And then, some 50 years later, eutrophication science became important. The bay's decline was made evident with Hurricane Agnes in 1972. Didn't really understand the causes, but UMCES scientists, along with other coastal scientists in Chesapeake, came up with this eutrophication, the nutrient over-enrichment, and that led to 1983's formation of the Chesapeake Bay program. UMCES was really important in the creation of the monitoring and modeling programs for the 6-state District of Columbia Chesapeake Bay program. And then 2015, development of citizen science. UMCES is part of the Chesapeake Monitoring Cooperative, which brings citizen science data into the decision making in the Bay program. And then finally, the Chesapeake Global Collaboratory, which I'll speak to in a minute. First, the SURF meeting. SURF is the Coastal and Estuarine Research Federation. It has meetings every 2 years, somewhere in the United States and sometimes actually overseas. This time, it's actually going to be in our watershed at Richmond, Virginia. So you can actually get to it without getting on airplanes. We're going to receive a stewardship award, and there's always a nice reception held by UMCES at the SURF meeting. So if you can make it down there, I think it's worth your while. This Coastal Stewardship Award is in honor of the notable achievements in promoting wise management of estuarine coastal systems. We've also developed these online courses with edX. edX is a consortium of universities that provide online teaching. You can either take them for free as a audit student or pay money and be a verified student and then get your certificate that you can put on your LinkedIn or your CV. The first certificate we developed during COVID is called Science for Environmental Management. It includes 4 courses: communicating science effectively, making report cards, social environmental management, integrating politics, justice, and stakeholders, and then finally decision-making, environmental management with a bunch of case studies from around the world. The new certificate that we just went online a couple months ago is called Environmental Project Management, Co-Creating Sustainable Solutions, and this is a stepwise progression from focusing on stakeholder outreach to stakeholder engagement and ultimately to co-production. And this series of courses was developed in partnership with College Park's engineering school. So we have got engineers and scientists collaborating on this. We're currently working on a new course called Chesapeake 101, Science and Management. We're going to probably get that live later this calendar year. We're going to have a discussion of who's who, the different kinds of NGO and government organizations that are comprise the effort for Chesapeake Bay restoration. We'll also develop Chesapeake literacy with key features and major threats to the bay and the watershed. And finally, a bit of a historical perspective on how we got to where we are today. And then this fall, we're offering this one-off course. It's an issue study group, one of the 2 credit courses that are required. Each student's required to have one of these by the time they graduate. This one's going to be called Synthesizing and Communicating Overview of the Chesapeake Bay and Watershed. And we espouse the principle of see one, do one, teach one. And we are going to develop a follow-on to the Chesapeake 101 course with some deeper dives into hypoxia, striped bass, oysters, submerged aquatic vegetation, hydrology, etc., and develop an online course as part of the issue study group. Let me just touch on the Chesapeake Global Collaboratory. Now, UMCES was partner with College Park in a think tank, the National Socio-Environmental Synthesis Center, SYNC, which was based in Annapolis. It had a 11 or 12-year lifespan. Now we're evolving that to a think, do, and innovate tank. We're going to bring innovative tools like machine learning, AI, some novel approaches, transdisciplinary co-production type approaches, and diversify the voices that we have in charting the future of Chesapeake Bay to actionable solutions. And the reason for this is, we've got a 100-year history of studying and helping resolve the eutrophication issues and overfishing for Chesapeake Bay, but now the urgency of climate change and have really pushed this to where we really need to accelerate our responses. And so we're looking forward to moving this collaboratory in that function. Now we have 5 different functions of the collaboratory: cyber infrastructure and data science support, which are being addressed with the National Science Foundation project that's underway; stakeholder engagement, workshop facilitation, science communication, which is something the Integration Application Network excels at; and then education and training as part of anything that we do as a university. So the NSF support is a grant we call it Skype. It's enhancing transdisciplinary research with dedicated cyber infrastructure professionals. I'm going to introduce you to them. That's Xiao Yu on the left, based at Horn Point Laboratory; Birch Fisher on the right, based at the Appalachian Laboratory. Both of these scientists are big data scientists. They have coding skills. They know how to use AI and machine learning and manipulate data sets, find and curate them. So they're a great resource for any student with data issues. We also have a coordinator that's going to begin in a couple weeks, Clarissa Matthews. She was a tenured professor at Shepherd University and worked for National Fish and Wildlife Service. She'll be based in Annapolis. So these are people that I think you should reach out to as you encounter any issues with data. The other group initiative that's a little more, the Chesapeake Global Collaboratory is pretty new. The Integration Application Network's been around since 2002, and this is a group of science integrators and science communicators that focus on science communication, in particular stakeholder engagement. And you can see just a screenshot of some of the symbols and images that you can download for free from the IAN website. These are very useful for making conceptual diagrams or illustrating your thesis issues. But let me explain what IAN, Integration Application Network, is as a boundary organization. So classically in science, we learn how to study problems. We have objectivity and dispassionate perspectives. We embrace complexity. We publish and get our funding via peer review. Ultimately, we get it right. But solving problems need a completely different set of skills. We need to be passionate. We need to say we care about this bay, this place. We need to simplify things. We need to publish and get our funding via stakeholders, not just pure scientists. And we have to get it done in a timely manner, these windows of opportunity. So it's like a right brain, left brain, which we use corpus callosum to connect. Similarly, the Integration Application Network can do just that. IAN serves as a boundary organization within academia, combining natural science, social science, humanity, and arts, also working between academia, practitioners, and stakeholders. IAN has these strategic plan of developing science communication, synthesis, training, and engagement tools. These are things that if you've got science communication issues, They're a great resource if you're trying to synthesize data and come up with ways to visualize it. Ian's great if you engage with stakeholders. Ian can help you do that and provide training. We've got a couple graduate students and summer students, as well as workshops and various trainings. Ian produces the annual Chesapeake Bay report card. You can see this last year's report card, the 2025 report card. That's all available online. We even did a retro 1925 report card in honor of our 100-year anniversary, which is kind of cute. You can see the stoplight colors and the different grades and trajectories that we measure for the bay. In addition, we have watershed indicators, ecological, economic, and social indicators for the watershed. Ian's staff teach a course every even year spring semester. So next spring, we're going to be teaching science visualization, help you make really good graphics and develop powerful storylines. I'm also involved in teaching a field course. This is relatively new. I think we've done it twice before. And it's a combination of students from the Masters for Environmental Management based at a partnership with Frostburg University and UMCES, as well as me students. And we're going to go on field trips to Western Maryland in the mountains. We're going to go down to Baltimore and Inner Harbor, go to Chesapeake Bay and the Maryland coastal bays, Astig Island. So it's really mountains to see. I wanted to alert you to an expedition, a kayaking, canoeing, talking opportunity to meet a lot of icons from Chesapeake Bay, Tom Horton, Don Bosch, etc., and eat invasive species like blue catfish and sika deer, and taste some of the good microbrews. As an overnight camping trip, you don't have to do the whole thing, but you can do legs of this and do talk and paddle and talk. Finally, the UMCES office at 115 West Street provides a convenient gathering spot for students and often their committee members. This is the small conference room on the upper right. The larger conference room holds up to 30 people on the lower right. You can book this, plus there are a lot of multiple touchdown desks that you can utilize if you're there for the day, or any part of the day. And you can book these conference rooms and parking on a SharePoint on the UMCES intranet site. So it's often very convenient if you've got committee members that from different laboratories. It's sort of a common meeting spot, and students tend to use it for that manner. So that's it for what I wanted to say. I welcome to the semester and hope you guys have a great year.